And there's all the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race saying amen to that. Don't worry. J.D. Vance is the weird one. By the way, yesterday, a video was released. Drag queens for Kamala. So here we go.
She can get bills passed in Congress that'll protect me and you.
Black, white, Latino, Asian, or LGBTQ.
She could get this country back to where we can stand tall. We've been safe from harm without building a wall. 'Cause she's a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. She's a woman, K-A-M-A-L-A.
Renormalizing the marginal. That's the basic idea of the Kamala Harris campaign. But she's not just weird that way, as it turns out. It's just last year that she was gallivanting around in the White House with other members of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Phenomenon. You know it.
Indeed, I do. Phenomenon.
That is a very large dude with a mustache walking around in a dress at the White House. Don't worry, guys. J.D. Vance is the weird one. You see why they keep saying J.D. Vance is weird? They have to. Because J.D. Vance is the VP candidate. VP candidates rarely make a very big difference. Donald Trump is the Republican candidate. You know who's weird? Kamala Harris. She's weird. Not only is she weird, she is radical. She's a deeply radical person. Her entire campaign is now being run along the same lines, not as Barack Obama's 2008 campaign, which is the one everybody's all enthusiastic about. We're going to unite America, right? There's no red states. There's no blue states. There's just the United States. No black, no white, just American. And it is incredibly radical. It's incredibly divisive. Meanwhile, again, there is something weird about dividing the American population by race, ethnicity, gender. That's exactly what the Kamala Harris campaign is doing. So according to Reuters, more than 160,000 people joined the White Women for Kamala Harris Zoom call. So on the Zoom call, they were legitimately apologizing for who they were while pushing Kamala Harris. Which, if this makes you feel better, ladies, I got to tell you, I think there's something deeper going on that's more of a problem. Here, can you imagine white men for Trump? Like, that's such a weird thing. White women for Trump. Like, why would you divide the American people this way? But this is precisely what they're doing because, again, the 2012 Barack Obama theory of politics was cobbled together.
We are here because, as if you were here earlier, you've heard BIPOC women have tapped us in as white women to step up, listen, and get involved this election season. This is a really important time, and we all need to use our voices and influence for the greater good. As white women, we need to use our privilege to make positive changes.
That's weird. I'm sorry. On Sunday morning, the official told me, with the approval of Pelosi and Schumer, Obama called Biden after breakfast and said, here's the deal. We have Kamala's approval to invoke the 25th Amendment. And it was at that point that Joe Biden decided that he would step out of the race. He was pressured out of the race. But again, they were all part of the cover-up. They're also all part of the rewriting. So rewriting Kamala Harris means pretending that she is not, in fact, radical, and also that she both did many things as vice president and also had no responsibilities and never did anything as vice president. So on the she's not radical bandwagon, you've got Governor Wes Moore, again, Maryland governor auditioning for her VP pick.
I think she needs to continue putting together her vision for the future. I think that, you know, when you look at how she approaches things like public safety, first of all, it's remarkably disingenuous to call someone who is a prosecutor for her entire career someone who is soft on crime or someone who believed in defund the police. She's never believed in defund the police.
But she literally talked about defunding the police in 2020. And she was a progressive prosecutor in San Francisco, like Chase Bowden. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Warren is trying to pretend that Kamala Harris had nothing to do with the border. Again, this is just rewriting in real time. This is Will Smith in Men in Black with the memory erasure machine.